Universal translators are a myth and a curse. One of the unfortunate realities of working in the galactic administration sphere is how annoying language barriers can be when dealing with younger species. The problems with our normal methods become incredibly obvious when dealing with the so-called Imperial Humanite Confederacy. The first issue arose when the Tshirt began their work on developing the translation aids. The Tshirt are a silicon-based lifeform I'm told resembles a Terran organism known as a mollusk. I have no idea what that is, but it's much easier to say than Tshirt. Regardless, they are a telepathically inclined species that is able to capture the thought patterns of a species, connect that to communication, and provide translation of that concept. In theory, this would capture the human's thought, the sounds they made, connect the two, and then translate that concept for the listeners. Unfortunately, a human requires years of specialized training to stop thinking. Unlike most of the universe, which works to conserve energy wherever possible, the humans never shut up. They have this constant stream of consciousness, which is in no way a conscious process. Even while sedated, the humans continue to think, usually in the form of odd hallucinations. Naturally, it took 6 cycles before the mollusks just gave up and turned the task over to the computers. The Galactic Council does not have access to true AI for a multitude of very good reasons, mostly how difficult it is to create. But we do have decent algorithms. The humans are a younger race without important resources from a small unimportant corner of the galaxy. So they were given a low priority for the process, and everyone went about their business. After 40 cycles, the humans have been labelled as troublesome. They wouldn't stick to border agreements, broke trade deals, missed meetings, and constantly either misfiled their paperwork or just didn't even seem to fill it out at all. After 60 cycles, humans stayed in their backwater corner and rarely ventured out as more than mercenaries. This is what finally revealed the truth. While discussing the Imperial Humanite Confederacy in a tavern, the human in question seemed confused and offended by the jokes. Soldiers being soldiers, jokes and insults flow freely as their liquor, until finally, one of the men noticed something he found hilarious. The human language translation pack would repeat phrases, but the human was making a bunch of different noises. Was the human so drunk they couldn't speak anymore? No. It turns out the software was working from flawed data, and some personnel in that sphere got lazy. There was no Imperial Humanite Confederacy at all. There was the Imperium of Terror and the Confederacy of Human States. The Imperium was a group of traditionalists based on their cradle world of Terror. The Confederacy was a group of united colonies that split off prior to encountering the Galactic Union. 2 separate nations that didn't even occupy the same planets, but shared a sector. Naturally, this news spread like wildfire and was quickly confirmed. We were shocked and appalled to learn how wrong about the humans we were. They had apparently spent all these cycles somehow arranging border agreements, trade deals, preventing wars, and doing their best to contribute to the galaxy, as we constantly insulted them. They not only endured our constant mistreatment of them, but did their best to thrive. They made few friends, but they still didn't make many enemies. Their persistence and their ability to, as they say, turn the other cheek, was nearly miraculous. Needless to say, they quickly had their reputation reversed, and the translation office mandates at least 1 human per shift. So, hopefully, there will never be another Imperial Humanite Confederacy.